Sisters, today I want to speak to the women who have been told or have believed that being soft is virtuous. Softness, in its proper place, can be kindness, patience, and gentleness. But there is a form of softness that weakens, that allows others to walk over your rights, suppress your voice, or distract you from your purpose. This softness is not mercy, it is hesitation, fear, or a lack of confidence. And it is time, sisters, to stop being a soft woman in this sense. Allah created you with strength, wisdom, and resilience. You are capable of courage, assertiveness, and leadership, and it is your duty to embrace these qualities for your growth, protection, and contribution to the world. The Quran presents women who embody strength, courage, and faith. Consider Maryam Ayaz, who faced immense trials yet maintained steadfast faith and decisive action, or Azia, the wife of Pharaoh, who stood against tyranny, defended her belief in Allah, and endured unimaginable hardship with courage. These women were not soft in the sense of weakness, they were gentle yet firm, compassionate yet strong, obedient yet assertive. Their stories teach us that strength is not the absence of kindness, but the ability to act decisively, uphold justice, and protect oneself, while remaining true to Allah's guidance. Their lives are mirrors in which we can see the balance between faith, resilience, and empowerment. One reason many women struggle with being soft in the wrong way is fear of confrontation, fear of judgment, or fear of failure. This fear manifests as over-accommodation, allowing others' opinions to dominate, neglecting personal needs, or suppressing ideas and ambitions. But Islam teaches that strength is not arrogance, it is awareness, balance, and reliance on Allah. Being soft to the point of vulnerability is not obedience, it is neglecting the gifts Allah has placed in you. Sisters, recognize when your softness is preventing you from claiming your rightful place, speaking your truth, and pursuing your purpose. Embracing purpose and inner power begins with self-discipline and awareness. A strong woman sets boundaries, prioritizes her time, and nurtures her mind, body, and soul. She aligns her actions with faith and personal vision, refusing to be swayed by gossip, distraction, or unnecessary criticism. She is resilient in the face of difficulty, patient in hardship, yet decisive when action is required. Strength manifests in small daily habits, consistency in prayer, study, ethical choices, and courageous conversations that reflect integrity. It grows in bold steps taken with faith, even when outcomes are uncertain, because her heart trusts that Allah is her guide and protector. Finally, trust in Allah empowers bold action. A woman who understands her strength and purpose does not act recklessly. She acts with vision, planning, and faith, leaving outcomes to Allah. When you step forward boldly, pursue knowledge, protect your rights, or serve your community, Allah opens doors you never imagined. He sends guidance, support, and opportunities at the perfect moment. By combining assertiveness with surrender, resilience with faith, and courage with compassion, you become a force for good, a protector of yourself and others, and a beacon of inspiration. Sisters, it is time to shed the harmful softness that limits your potential and embrace the divinely endowed strength within you. When you do, you step fully into the woman Allah created you to be, prepared to face challenges, claim your purpose, and receive the blessings that await you. Softness, in the sense that weakens rather than nurtures, is a condition that many women experience without realizing it. It manifests as hesitation, fear, over-accommodation, or allowing others to dominate decisions and influence their lives. This type of softness is different from kindness, compassion, and gentleness, which are virtues deeply encouraged in Islam. Being overly soft in a weakening sense often prevents a woman from fully embracing her potential, from protecting her rights, and from stepping boldly into the life Allah intended for her. It can manifest in subtle ways, saying yes when the heart wants to say no, avoiding necessary confrontation, suppressing ideas, or prioritizing others' comfort at the expense of one's own purpose and growth. While these behaviors may stem from good intentions, fear, or societal conditioning, they ultimately limit one's ability to live a life of strength, dignity, and influence. Understanding this type of softness begins with self-awareness. A soft woman in this sense may constantly seek approval from others, feel guilt when asserting boundaries, or fear rejection if she expresses her true thoughts. She may overextend herself to please everyone, neglecting her own spiritual, emotional, and intellectual needs. Over time, this can erode confidence, create internal conflict, and leave her vulnerable to manipulation or exploitation. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward reclaiming the strength Allah has placed within her. Strength is not in aggression or arrogance, it is in courage, decisiveness, and alignment with faith, while still maintaining compassion and humility. Softness that weakens is often intertwined with fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, or fear of confrontation can paralyze decision-making and lead to inaction. For example, a woman may avoid speaking up in a meeting, ignoring her own ideas and potential contributions because she worries about criticism. She may tolerate disrespect in personal relationships out of fear of conflict. These behaviors stem not from obedience to Allah, but from a lack of faith in His guidance and protection. Islam teaches that strength and courage are part of the believer's responsibility. By failing to act decisively and confidently, a woman denies herself opportunities for growth, leadership, and influence, and she limits the impact she can have on her family, community, and spiritual development. Another factor that contributes to weakening softness is over-accommodation. This occurs when a woman consistently puts others' desires and comfort above her own, often at great personal cost. While caring for others is noble, neglecting one's own purpose, boundaries, and spiritual growth is harmful. Over-accommodation can prevent a woman from pursuing education, developing her skills, or fulfilling her responsibilities in ways that serve her life purpose. It can also lead to resentment, burnout, and a sense of invisibility. Islam encourages balance. The believer is to be compassionate and helpful, but also wise and self-aware, ensuring that acts of kindness do not become self-sacrifice that hinders personal development or justice. Real-life examples illustrate the consequences of unchecked softness. A young woman may avoid asserting herself in her workplace, allowing colleagues to take credit for her ideas, which delays career growth and diminishes confidence. In family settings, a woman may consistently defer to others' opinions, suppressing her voice and losing influence in important decisions. In both cases, the problem is not lack of knowledge, ability, or intention. It is the failure to recognize the strength and authority Allah has placed within her. The Quran and Sunnah encourage believers to act with integrity, courage, and discernment, and women are no exception. Recognizing soft habits is essential for transformation. Awareness allows a woman to differentiate between true compassion and weakening compliance. It allows her to set boundaries, make courageous decisions, and step into her responsibilities with confidence. Softness in its virtuous form, gentleness, patience, and kindness, is preserved, but fear, hesitation, and over-accommodation are replaced with decisiveness, faith, and assertiveness. Strength, sisters, is not about harshness or losing femininity. It is about aligning one's heart, mind, and actions with the guidance of Allah, while embracing the courage and power inherent in the woman He created you to be. The Quran presents women as powerful examples of courage, resilience, and unwavering faith, and their stories provide a roadmap for modern women seeking to balance strength with virtue. These women were not soft in the sense of weakness. They were gentle in character, yet firm in action, compassionate yet assertive, obedient to Allah, yet unwavering in their principles. By studying their lives, we learn that strength and femininity are not mutually exclusive. In fact, true strength is rooted in faith, wisdom, and moral courage. Their examples illuminate the path for women today who wish to step fully into the power Allah has placed within them. Consider Maryam as the mother of Prophet Isa. As her life was a testament to faith, patience, and inner strength. She faced a situation that no human could have anticipated, a miraculous conception that defied social norms and understanding. Yet instead of succumbing to fear, shame, or hesitation, she embraced her responsibility with dignity, unwavering trust in Allah, and courage. Maryam's strength was not in loudness or confrontation, it was in her steadfast faith, her resilience in the face of societal judgment, and her ability to navigate unprecedented circumstances with calm assurance. Her story teaches that true strength often manifests in quiet courage, clarity of purpose, and reliance on Allah, demonstrating that women can be both gentle and unshakable in character. Another profound example is Asiya, the wife of Pharaoh. Living under tyranny and surrounded by injustice, she refused to compromise her faith. Despite immense pressure and the threat of death, she spoke her truth, maintained her devotion to Allah, and acted courageously to protect her spiritual integrity. Asiya's life shows that strength is not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to remain steadfast and principled in the face of extreme adversity. She illustrates that a woman can be soft in compassion yet unyielding in her moral and spiritual convictions, embodying a balance between gentleness and resilience that is both inspiring and attainable. The Quran also highlights women who took decisive action to protect their families, communities, and faith. These women were not passive observers of life's challenges, they were active participants who exercised wisdom, discernment, and courage. Their actions were rooted in knowledge, responsibility, and faith, not in impulsiveness or anger. By studying their lives, modern women can learn how to navigate personal, social, and spiritual challenges without compromising their values or femininity. Strength in this context is not about dominance or aggression, it is about courage, moral clarity, and the ability to act decisively when necessary. Real-life applications of these examples are abundant. A woman facing pressure to conform to societal expectations can draw courage from Maryam's steadfastness, realizing that her purpose and value come from Allah, not from the approval of others. A woman encountering injustice or disrespect in her workplace or community can emulate Asiya's courage by setting boundaries, speaking her truth, and maintaining integrity while relying on Allah for protection and support. These examples encourage women to embrace assertiveness, self-respect, and resilience without losing their innate compassion and gentleness. Emulating the strength of Quranic women requires both reflection and intentional action. It begins with understanding that softness and strength are not opposites, but complementary when rooted in faith. Strength involves cultivating patience, knowledge, resilience, and courage, while softness encompasses empathy, compassion, and humility. Women who integrate these qualities into their daily lives are empowered to navigate challenges effectively, protect themselves and others, and make meaningful contributions in their personal, social, and spiritual sphere. Ultimately, the Quranic examples of strong women teach that every woman has the capacity to embrace her inner power. By studying Maryam, Asiya, and other virtuous women, modern women can recognize that strength is not loud or domineering. It is steadfastness in faith, courage in adversity, and the ability to act decisively while maintaining compassion and integrity. These examples serve as guiding lights, showing that a woman can be gentle yet unshakable, compassionate yet firm, obedient yet assertive, and fully aligned with the purpose Allah created her to fulfill. Overcoming fear, doubt, and over-accommodation is a crucial step for any woman seeking to embody true strength while remaining compassionate and faithful. Many women, even those with strong intentions, find themselves held back by internal barriers, uncertainty about their abilities, worry about others' opinions, or the persistent habit of prioritizing everyone else's comfort over their own needs and purpose. These tendencies, if left unchecked, erode confidence, suppress potential, and prevent a woman from stepping boldly into the life Allah intended for her. Fear, doubt, and over-accommodation are not merely personal weaknesses, they are obstacles that obscure the divine strength Allah has placed within every woman, and recognizing them is the first step toward liberation and empowerment. Fear often manifests as hesitation, avoidance, or indecision. A woman may refrain from pursuing education, leadership opportunities, or personal goals because of anxiety about failure or rejection. She may avoid confrontation or difficult conversations, even when standing her ground is necessary for justice, clarity, or self-respect. While it is natural to feel apprehension in challenging situations, allowing fear to dominate choices limits growth and diminishes potential. Islam encourages courage and trust in Allah, reminding us that He strengthens those who place their reliance upon Him. Fear should not paralyze action, it should be acknowledged, understood, and overcome through faith, preparation, and decisive effort. Doubt, similarly, undermines confidence and clouds judgment. It may emerge as second-guessing decisions, questioning one's abilities, or assuming inadequacy compared to others. A woman may feel that she lacks the knowledge, skills, or authority to act effectively, even when she has been provided with all the tools necessary for success. This internal uncertainty can prevent action, create unnecessary hesitation, and allow opportunities to slip away. In contrast, a woman who anchors her confidence in Allah, aligns her actions with knowledge and faith, and trusts in her capabilities can move forward with clarity, assertiveness, and purpose. Doubt is a natural human feeling, but when confronted and balanced with reliance on Allah, it becomes a moment of reflection and growth, rather than a barrier to accommodation. Is another obstacle that softens strength unnecessarily. It occurs when a woman constantly prioritizes others' comfort, desires, or expectations over her own well-being, values, and purpose. While kindness and empathy are noble traits, Excessive over-accommodation can result in neglecting responsibilities, suppressing one's voice, or enabling unhealthy dynamics in relationships, workplaces, and communities. A woman who over-accommodates may struggle to assert boundaries, make independent choices, or take risks aligned with her purpose. Islam teaches balance. Believers are to be compassionate, patient, and helpful, but they are also to protect their rights, maintain justice, and pursue personal growth. Over-accommodation without discernment leads to diminished influence, frustration, and missed opportunities. Real-life examples illustrate these challenges clearly. A woman in the workplace may consistently defer to colleagues' opinions, avoiding conflict or confrontation, which leads to her contributions being overlooked. In family or social settings, over-accommodation can result in her needs, ideas, or aspirations being sidelined, while others dominate decision-making. Fear and doubt often accompany these patterns, preventing her from asserting herself and embracing her full potential. Addressing these challenges requires intentionality, recognizing moments of hesitation, identifying where over-accommodation occurs, and consciously choosing to act with confidence, faith, and integrity. Islamic guidance encourages women to overcome these barriers through self-awareness, reflection, and action rooted in faith. Setting boundaries, speaking truthfully, and prioritizing purpose are not signs of harshness, but expressions of strength, dignity, and reliance on Allah. Each act of courage, decisiveness, and balanced assertiveness strengthens the heart, sharpens the mind, and expands opportunities. Sisters, overcoming fear, doubt, and over-accommodation is not about rejecting compassion or femininity. It is about embracing the courage, clarity, and resilience Allah placed within you, allowing you to fulfill your purpose and navigate life's challenges with integrity, boldness, and faith. Embracing purpose and inner power is essential for every woman who wishes to stop being overly soft in ways that limit her potential. True strength is not defined by aggression or dominance. It is defined by clarity, purpose, self-discipline, and the ability to act decisively while remaining aligned with faith and values. Every woman has unique gifts, abilities, and a destiny that Allah has designed. Recognizing and cultivating this inner power allows her to navigate life with confidence, resilience, and vision, ensuring that she contributes meaningfully to her family, community, and spiritual development. Purpose begins with self-awareness. A woman must understand her strength, values, and priorities. This involves reflecting on personal goals, aspirations, and responsibilities, while considering how they align with the guidance of Allah. Without clarity of purpose, life can feel scattered, decisions can become reactive rather than intentional, and one may find herself overly accommodating, fearful, or hesitant in critical moments. Purpose provides a roadmap for action. It transforms uncertainty into direction, hesitation into decisiveness, and weakness into confidence. When a woman knows her purpose, she can set boundaries that protect her energy, focus, and value, allowing her to engage fully in meaningful endeavors, rather than being distracted by trivial pressures or others' expectations. Inner power grows through self-discipline. Discipline is not merely about external achievement. It is about mastery over the self, thoughts, emotions, habits, and responses. A woman who cultivates discipline in her spiritual practices, daily routine, and personal development strengthens her resilience against fear, doubt, and over-accommodation. Regular prayer, reflection on the Quran, seeking knowledge, and consistent ethical conduct sharpen the heart and mind, empowering her to act decisively and with integrity. Discipline also trains patience and perseverance, essential qualities for navigating life's battles without being overwhelmed by challenges or setbacks. The stronger the inner discipline, the more confident a woman becomes in her ability to face trials and seize opportunities aligned with her purpose. Faith plays an essential role in embracing purpose and power. A woman grounded in her relationship with Allah recognizes that her abilities and opportunities are gifts from Him, and she is accountable for utilizing them wisely. Trusting in Allah's guidance gives courage to act boldly, even when outcomes are uncertain. This reliance transforms fear into determination, hesitation into action, and vulnerability into resilience. It is faith that allows a woman to assert her boundaries, pursue goals, and make difficult decisions without guilt, knowing that she is guided by divine wisdom, and that ultimate success rests in Allah's hands. Real-life examples demonstrate the transformative impact of purpose and inner power. Consider a young woman pursuing education or career goals in the face of societal discouragement. By defining her purpose, cultivating discipline, and relying on Allah, she overcomes fear, criticism, and obstacles. She asserts her presence in academic or professional settings, makes decisions aligned with her values, and inspires others through her courage and competence. In family or social life, a woman with clear purpose and inner strength can navigate conflicts, set boundaries, and maintain her dignity while remaining compassionate and kind. Her presence becomes a source of stability, guidance, and empowerment for those around her. Inner power is also reflected in the ability to make choices that prioritize long-term benefit over short-term comfort. A woman who embraces her purpose does not allow fear of judgment or temporary discomfort to dictate her actions. She takes responsibility for her life, makes decisions with intentionality, and steps forward with courage, knowing that each effort, no matter how small, contributes to growth and fulfillment. The combination of purpose, discipline, and faith creates a foundation of inner strength that is resilient, adaptable, and unshakable, enabling her to face challenges, seize opportunities, and achieve her goals with confidence and integrity. Ultimately, embracing purpose and inner power is about looking to the gifts Allah has placed within you. It is about cultivating self-awareness, discipline, and faith, so that fear, doubt, and over-accommodation no longer hold sway. A woman who lives with purpose and harnesses her inner power navigates life decisively, protects her values, and contributes meaningfully to her surroundings. She becomes a reflection of strength and compassion intertwined, a testament to the wisdom and guidance of Allah, and a beacon of inspiration for herself and others, fully prepared to step boldly into the life she was created to fulfill. Trusting Allah and acting boldly is the final transformative step for a woman seeking to stop being overly soft in ways that limit her potential. Trust in Allah is not a passive state of hoping for things to improve. It is an active, dynamic force that empowers the believer to act decisively, pursue purpose, and navigate life with courage. When a woman combines reliance on Allah with deliberate action, she becomes unstoppable, her heart anchored in faith, her mind focused on goals, and her soul fortified against fear, doubt, or societal pressure. This combination of trust and action allows her to step into the fullness of the strength, dignity, and power that Allah intended for her. The Quran emphasizes the importance of placing trust in Allah while taking decisive action. And put your trust in Allah, and sufficient is Allah, as the order of affairs. Surah Al-Azab, 33 through. This verse highlights the balance between effort and reliance. The believer is commanded to act, to strive, and to make choices, while recognizing that the ultimate outcomes are in Allah's hand. Trusting Allah does not absolve a woman of responsibility, rather it empowers her to act with clarity, confidence, and moral integrity. When she steps forward boldly, she aligns her intentions with divine guidance, ensuring that her actions are purposeful, ethical, and effective. Acting boldly requires courage, the courage to assault boundaries, pursue ambitions, and speak truthfully in the face of opposition. A woman who acts boldly does not compromise her values or allow fear to dictate her choices. She stands firm when faced with challenges, whether in personal relationships, professional environments, or social contexts. Boldness rooted in faith is not arrogance, it is arrogance. It is awareness of one's worth, abilities, and responsibility as a servant of Allah. By trusting Allah, she knows that her efforts are never wasted, that divine support accompanies her sincere actions, and that setbacks are temporary lessons rather than permanent failures. Real-life examples illuminate the impact of trust and bold action. Consider a woman pursuing a leadership role or an educational opportunity in a society or environment that may discourage her. Her initial hesitation may stem from fear of judgment or failure, but by trusting Allah, she gains the confidence to move forward. She prepares diligently, acts decisively, and faces challenges with patience and courage. Often doors open in unexpected ways, mentors appear, opportunity sheets arise, or circumstances shift, demonstrating that divine guidance works in tandem with human effort. Similarly, a woman navigating difficult family dynamics or social pressures can assert herself respectfully and strategically, relying on Allah for wisdom, protection, and outcomes beyond her control. Trust in Allah and acting boldly also cultivates resilience. Life's challenges are inevitable, and obstacles may appear overwhelming, but a heart anchored in faith remains calm and focused. Bold action does not guarantee that the path will be easy, but it ensures that the woman is prepared to respond wisely, make ethical choices, and maintain her integrity. She learns to view setbacks as lessons, obstacles as opportunities, and uncertainty as a space where Allah's guidance can manifest. Each step taken with courage and reliance strengthens her character, deepens her faith, and enhances her ability to navigate future challenges. Surrendering outcomes to Allah is inseparable from bold action. A woman may plan, prepare, and act decisively, but she must also recognize that ultimate control rests with Him. This surrender does not weaken her, it frees her from the burden of anxiety, fear, and doubt. She acts boldly, not out of desperation or ego, but from a place of faith, clarity, and purpose. Each decision becomes a form of worship, an expression of trust, and a demonstration of the balance between effort and divine reliance. Ultimately, trusting Allah and acting boldly transforms a woman's life. She becomes confident,
decisive and resilient, capable of pursuing her goals, protecting her values, and navigating challenges with wisdom and integrity. By combining faith, courage, and purposeful action, she embodies the strength, dignity, and influence that Allah intended, demonstrating that softness and compassion can coexist with boldness, assertiveness, and unshakable trust in the one who controls all outcomes, guiding every step towards success, growth, and fulfillment.